Vermonters and everyone going through Vermont this morning. Welcome to Vermont Sun and Shade. I have a really lovely article to share. Beautiful orange birds in Vermont, if you haven't seen the article. So I'm going to share this, and then I'm going to do another video after I check in with my neighbors later today on the different birds that they've seen. I've listed 8 birds that I have seen in the bird feeders that we have out here in our own backyard here in Vermont. And I think you're going to be surprised on some of the birds. And they're absolutely gorgeous. But what I want to do is ask them if what birds they've seen. They may have seen something different. And then when we go over the birds, I want to be able to pull the image up for you. So with that, thank you for having a cup of coffee with me this morning. And what a beautiful day. It's Wednesday. It is chilly. I'm going to tell you something. It's chilly. And I usually will never wear a sweatshirt in the house, and I'm actually wearing a sweatshirt. So, but thank you for being with me today. And so we're going to put the camera over here so we can get set up so I can share this article with you. And I'm just here. Speaking of birds, for those of you who love loons, this is a loon that my mom had made many years ago, and it's clay, and she had put it in the kiln. So anyway, that is a loon, and I'm just going to get my coffee, and then we will go over this article. We'll put the flowers here for the moment. I'll be right back. Okay, hi everyone. Thank you for waiting for me. So I hope everyone is having a beautiful day. I'm gonna have to look for some orange flowers at the thrift shop, change it to orange for fall. So anyway, yeah, this, I really do look for the articles that are talking about different information on our wildlife and our birds. So this, let me just show you the picture, and first, check this out. Okay, is that just not a gorgeous? Okay, seriously, I can't even, being an artist, when I see a bird with all colors. So I'm going to tell you, this is by, I'm going to spell the name because I'm afraid I'm going to get this wrong. It's Aigbini, so Aigbini, Jennifer, or Jennifer Aigbini. And the title is 5 Orange Birds in Vermont Every Birder Should Know. So this is by Animals. That's the site. It's called Animals. And then they have another title underneath it called Animal of Things, and that's what you follow them. So if you're looking, for the article for yourself. Hi, how are you? Thanks for being with me today. Heartstopper, Heartstopper, a bird, okay. Hi, thanks for being with me, TTC MSA. I mean, yeah, check this out. So we're going to read this article together. Wait till you see the other birds. Look at that bird. These are Vermont birds, okay? if you're a birder or you're going through Vermont and you live in Vermont or whatever, but look for these birds. So Vermont's forests and meadows burst with vibrant orange plumage during the spring and summer months, offering bird watchers spectacular views. I have to tell you, I have a list of 8 beautiful birds that come to the bird feeder here. I cannot wait to share that with you. So they're absolutely right. The colors are stunning. While you might see mostly browns and grays in the New England landscape, and that's, like the sparrow is just beautiful and the junco. I mean, these are beautiful, beautiful birds. However, orange birds in Vermont create a stunning visual contrast against the Green Mountain State's verdant background. I mean, it just does. So oh, there you are. Okay, sorry. I'll show you the picture one more time. If I lose you, I'll just come back on another device. It is very, very cloudy here today up near Canada. It's very cloudy. So these brilliant species arrive during migration periods and establish breeding territories throughout the state's diverse habitats. Okay, so they arrive here. So they're not here all year. Whether you're scanning the treetops for flashing orange patches or listening for distinctive calls, Vermont's orange birds reward patient observers with unforgettable encounters. From the flame-colored throat of the blackberryan warbler to the bold patterns of the American redstart. I haven't heard of the redstart, to be honest with you. Each species brings unique identification, challenges, and behavioral characteristics that make bird watching in Vermont endlessly fascinating. So this bird that they show us, they don't give the title, of what this is, but look, the next one we're going to talk about is this one, the Baltimore Oriole. Now check out the where exactly the yellow and the black coloring is, because we've had a yellow and black bird here in the birdhouses, and we all noticed it immediately. But it's a beautiful American goldfinch, but its coloring is different. So with the Baltimore Oriole, you're gonna see, so the head is black, the beak is black, and then the underbelly up to the back is yellow, okay? And then a little bit of black and white on the wings. It's just gorgeous. So the Baltimore Oriole stands as Vermont's most recognizable orange bird with I would think it'd be the American goldfinch. I mean, I don't know. Hi, Elena, how are you? Thanks for being with me. So the Baltimore Oriole stands as Vermont's most recognizable orange bird, with the males displaying brilliant flame orange plumage and contrasted with the black wings, the head and the back. These striking songbirds arrive in Vermont during mid-May, coinciding with the emergence of the preferred insects and blooming of fruit trees. Okay, makes total sense, easy to remember. This is when the Baltimore Oriole is going to be around, is in spring. You'll most likely encounter the Baltimore Oriole in open woodlands, parks, and suburban areas and mature deciduous trees. We should definitely have some out here, but it's late in the season, so maybe not. I'm sorry about that. The phone is ringing. Okay, so they show particular preference for areas near water sources and favor elm, maple, and oak trees for nesting. So definitely up here, we have 3 lakes. Or 3 bodies of lakes. Anyway, males establish territories by singing their prominent perches from their prominent perches and producing rich whistled notes that carry considerable distances. So key identification features if you're interested. The males are bright orange underparts and black head and black wings. The females are yellowish orange and brownish wings and pale streaking. It's very difficult when the birds are moving extremely fast also. So they're about 7 to 8 inches and they have a curved bill and their flight pattern is undulating. That's what makes it so difficult really to even see them, because guess what? The woodpecker does that. They undulate, they just do it so swiftly in and out of the back of the trees. Like you just, yeah, if you get to see them just a little bit, you're lucky. This is a pro tip for the Baltimore Orioles are attracted to orange fruit halves. So grape jelly and specialized Oriole nectar feeders. I didn't know they had specialized nectar feeders for the Baltimore Orioles. So there you go. That's a good thing to know. So I would say this though, being a person who needs to be cautious of bees, you do want to be very, very careful when you're putting out things like that. If you are sensitive to bees or you don't like it, because they're going to come around with the natural sugars for sure. And so this is the next one. Check this out. The orchard oriole. This is the orchard oriole. Is that just gorgeous? The orchard oriole. We're going to read about him now. Okay, so the orchard oriole presents a more subtle orange palette compared to the Baltimore cousin. So with mature males displaying rich burnt orange or chestnut coloration. These smaller orioles arrive in Vermont slightly later than the Baltimore orioles. So they probably, late May. They come in late May to early June. So in Vermont, the orchard orioles prefer edge habitats where the forests meet open areas, including orchards, parks, residential neighborhoods, and scattered trees. So if you go apple picking, well, no, I guess it would be earlier, maybe like peaches or something like that. You may see this orchard. Orchard oriole likes to be in the orchards. They're less common than the Baltimore orioles, but they can be found regularly in southern Vermont. Okay, there we go. And warmer valleys. Their preferred nesting sites include the deciduous trees and dense foliage. That provides concealment for the hanging nests. So this says in the month of May, they arrive. And so check this out. And they arrive between 6 and 9 o'clock in the morning. Just to let you know, set your alarm. June to July, they're nesting and feeding their young. Oh, and you may see them. Okay, I get what they're saying. You may see them between dawn and dusk. And then in August, they're post-breeding flock, and you may see them mid-morning. September, they're starting to depart and leave Vermont. So a common mistake, many birders confuse the female juvenile orchard orioles with other yellow songbirds. Well, you can see why. We're going to look at the picture again in a moment. Look for the slightly curved bill and the way that they hang upside down. Okay, so that's really good. And also that's really difficult, but check out the bill. I mean, it's difficult to see. It is slightly curved, but look at this. Gosh, just so beautiful. Okay, so that's the orchard oriole. So this is the Blackburnian warbler. Check this out. Check out that beautiful, look at that bright orange under the chin area, like a little orange beard, and then bright yellow. How beautiful. The Blackburnian warbler showcases perhaps the most intense orange coloration of any Vermont bird, with the males sporting a fiery orange throat and face that seems to glow against the dark forest backgrounds. These high energy warblers arrive during the peak of spring migration, typically arriving in mid-May. So mid-May is definitely the time to be looking out for our beautiful birds, visitors, because they go back. Hi, Joyce. How are you today? Thanks for being here. Let me know what your favorite birds are. I would love to know. Okay, I would love to know. Blackburnian warblers inhabit mature coniferous and mixed forests, showing particular preference canopy here. We'll have to go out and take a look at some point. So 5-minute integrals. If I lose you, that's why something's going on. So anyway, you came right back. So during breeding season, males defend their territories vigorously. They can be observed performing and displaying to attract their mates. They construct a cup-shaped nests on horizontal branches of conifers, typically about 20 to 80 feet above the ground. So it's probably, unless you have your binoculars and you definitely have your birding tools, it's going to be hard to find your tiny little nests. So key takeaway for the Blackburnian warbler is represents one of Vermont's most spectacular spring arrivals. We're going to take a look at this again in a moment. But their brief breeding window and their high canopy habits make it difficult to find them. So check them out. Check out this bird. That is the Blackburnian warbler. That's the one that lives high up in the northern part of Vermont when it visits, and it's in canopies. It likes to be high up, like 20, 80 feet, with its nesting. Okay, so there's that one. And this one, I feel like I've seen this one, but we actually have, it's hard to tell, but check this out. This is the American, I'll just hold this here for a minute so you can see. It's sitting up against the tree, so it's difficult to see it, but it's this is called the American Red Start. So the American Red Start brings dynamic movement and flash patterns to the Vermont forest. The males display a coal black plumage accented with brilliant orange patches on the wings, the sides, and the tail. These active warblers arrive in Vermont during mid to late May and quickly establish territories in suitable habitat. American redstarts prefer young, regenerating forests. And so if the trees are young, it's a young forestation area, and forest edges with dense understory vegetation in Vermont. They commonly found in areas recovering from logging. Okay, so that would make sense. And stream corridors. So in parks and diverse tree species, their distinctive foraging behavior involves scanning their tails, spreading their wings to startle the insects, and creating constant flashes of orange that make them relatively easy to spot. So the male prefer elaborate courtship displays, chasing the females through the dense foliage. I'm sorry. They're known for their polygenous genus breeding system with successful males, sometimes attracting multiple females. Hyperactive feeding behavior with frequent tail fannings. That's kind of the key to look for, is the tail fanning. So this again is the American red start. Beautiful, beautiful bird. So they're giving us, they give us 5 birds that have this bright, have this beautiful orange features. So this is the eastern towhee. I have seen this bird. I almost think I've seen it out here. I'm not sure. But when you see the rust color, and the cardinals are like that too, the females, they have like a rusty orangey kind of brown color. Until you see the little peak, you're not sure what kind of bird it is. But the eastern towhee represents Vermont's largest, okay, so I probably have seen it, orange marked bird, with the males displaying a striking rusty orange flanks and contrast boldly with their black heads and white bellies. These ground-dwelling birds maintain year-round populations. So we have some ground-dwelling birds here. The ones that I've seen are definitely what they call grasshopper sparrows. However, now I'm wondering if we have some of these, because I feel like I have seen these birds. So the ground-dwelling birds maintain year-round populations in southern Vermont, while northern populations may migrate to warmer regions. So that kind of cuts it a little bit, cuts the probability a little bit for me, because up here it's cooler, for sure. Eastern towhees inhabit shrublands, forest edges, and areas with dense understory vegetation. In Vermont, they're most commonly found in regenerating clear cuts. So, it's logging area growing back up, abandoned fields growing into forests, and residential areas with extensive shrub plantings. So their distinctive foraging method involves backward scratching through the leaf litter. Okay, that's cool. Kind of like a little puppy. Creating considerable noise that often alerts observers to their presence. So these birds demonstrate strong site fidelity, returning to the same breeding territories year after year. The males sing their characteristic drink your tea song. So it must sound like drink your tea. From prominent perches within the territories, particularly during early morning and evening hours. Towhee populations benefit significantly from habitat management and maintains diverse shrubland ecosystems. So I'm going to show you, and then we'll continue reading, just so you know. This is the eastern, for those of you, if you're kind of scrolling by, this is the eastern towhee. Isn't that gorgeous? It's black, rusty orange, and white. Isn't that just gorgeous? So it's a ground-dwelling bird, okay? That's the eastern towhee, is a ground-dwelling. I'm learning a lot by reading these because up here we have so many birds. We just have so many. I just love it. So during the winter months, eastern towhees may join mixed species feeding flocks and become regular visitors to the backyard of bird feeders offering seeds and suet. So they like suet. And it is already starting to get cooler up here. So if you're a bird learner, Vermonter, and you're out there, especially if you're in the Northeast Kingdom, maybe start looking for the suet cakes. The way I do it is I budget them. I buy a cake here and there through the summer, and I just stack them up in my refrigerator. I put them in my refrigerator, and just start pulling them out all through the winter. It's not that I'm buying them all at once, but you could do it that way too. They're really only about $1.99, so you can do any way that's easy for you. Their habitat management tips is maintain the brush piles and dense shrub areas, allow the natural succession of field edges, and provide ground level feeding opportunities. And the best viewing location and timing for the eastern towhee is Vermont's orange birds show distinct seasonal patterns that can help you plan successful birding expeditions. Spring migration peaks during mid-May and through early June, with most species establishing breeding territories shortly after their arrival. The morning at times that you may see them is between 6 a.m. and 10 a.m. That's the optimal viewing for the eastern towhee. For the Baltimore and the Orchard Orioles, focus your efforts around the flowering fruit trees, parks and mature shade trees, suburban neighborhoods with diverse landscaping. The Burnian warbler